Hello, everyone. It's the hardcore legend Mick Foley wishing a nice day to everyone there, right there at True Heel Heat. Yeah. What's up, True Heel Heat? True Heel Heat. What's up? True Heel Heat. All hands on me.
Hello, hello, hello. It is me, your True Hill Phenom SP3. We are live on the True Hill Heat YouTube and Facebook for NJPW Destruction in Kobe 2023 review, discussing the show from yesterday morning or 2 nights ago, however you want to call it, from Kobe, one of the big events from New Japan Pro Wrestling. So you know who we got with us this time. It is the MC for the past, present, and future of New Japan Pro Wrestling here on the True Hill Heat YouTube channel. It's your boy, Jay News, finally out of retirement, hiatus, sabbatical. I had people commenting on the preview, like, where's Jay News? There you go. Here he is.
Listen, man. You know, things become a little trying, a little difficult at times with scheduling, and then over the weekend, heartbreak just sat with me. It just sat with me. So, you know, when you hit me up and you said, "Man, I need you part of the review," and then when I watched the show, it's like there's so much to say, but I don't know where to start. But I'll lead off with this. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Good Brother J News, and I'm back at it again. Here, True Heel Heat. Yes, I am back. New Japan is back. Folks, what the hell happened yesterday is all I want to say. I got to start there. But enough of the intro stuff for me. SP3, please introduce our other guest.
Well, not even a guest at this point. She's
a
regular here on the True Hill Heat YouTube channel when we're talking about NJPW, New Japan Pro Wrestling. You know her from her own channel, Sonal's Life. You know her as a co-host over on Ace Techers on Wrestling. And you know her as the saddest person in the world, that Uncle Nobu has crossed over to the dark side. It is Sonal. How are you doing?
I mean, it's heartbreaking because, you know, we went through so much and so much has happened, and then Uncle Nobu, he betrayed his best friend Taichi. You know, Doki, he was mentoring Doki. What are we going to have? Is it going to be Doki and Taka in Junior Tag League? Because he's not getting no title with that, is he? It's a heartbreaking time. Sorry, guys, if you see me getting emotional, you should have seen me on social media during the show.
I did. She literally put out a tweet that said, "I don't know if I'll be on the True Hill Heat podcast," because
it hit me that much. I remember I was watching it, and next thing I was screaming. Mom was like, "What's wrong?" I was like, "Uncle Nobu has just broken my heart." How much can New Japan break? Gator, how much can you break my heart?
Break my heart.
My God.
We're literally 4 minutes in, and SP3C, you know it's going to be a good episode today.
Yep.
That's right. So is the tagline true, SP3? Can you cut a promo in Japanese?
I mean, I'm trying. I'm looking it up. Sonal's gonna help me. She's gonna help me because she understood most of the promos. So there you go.
You know what? I was buzzing because like I've been learning Japanese on and off, but I've started doing proper classes. And like I try and like get the Japanese what they're saying and stuff. But what I love is that because obviously Zack and Ospreay's Japanese, it's like, especially Zack's has improved.
Yes.
But it's to the extent that I can understand. I was like, you know what? This is a first step. Like, the fact that I knew it all, and I was like, yeah, Chris Charlton, I was getting it out before you. I was like, don't need Chris Charlton anymore. Got me.
And no, you know, Kevin Kelly's not going to be here after Wrestle Kingdom, so you know,
Hire me instead.
you need some female commentators. New Japan, Sonal's right here.
You know, I can work. I can do my day job from Japan, and then in the evenings I can do New Japan. You know, it works perfectly. And Korea is just like a few hours away, so I can double work. You know.
There you go. There we go. We're politicking here.
Mm-hmm.
Got a politic
Definitely.
here. But yes, we're gonna talk about NJPW Destruction in Kobe 2023. We want to thank everyone who is joining us live, everyone who is joining us on demand. We appreciate y'all. Show your appreciation back. Drop the thumbs up on this video. Share this video with all your wrestling fans, friends, and family on all your favorite social media platforms. If you are new to the True Hill Heat YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell to stay notified for all the great content here, as we are just 500 subscribers away from 10,000, our milestone for the end of the year. So if anyone is new, hit that subscribe button and join us, because we have daily content here on the True Hill Heat YouTube channel, including New Japan Pro Wrestling content, previews, and reviews. But a lot has happened. It's been over a month since like the last big New Japan show. I mean, outside of like All-Star Junior Festival and stuff. So I was looking forward to this show and had a lot of emotions about this one. So get through it. We're gonna go light on the stuff with the undercard and kind of put our focus on the main matches on the card. So we'll kind of
the undercard, aside from the second match, which I think anything with the House of Torture you just disregard. Like, it wasn't too bad. Like, the undercard matches were not bad at all. And I mean, they beat the King of Pro Wrestling match.
Yeah, I mean, and the undercard matches had a point. They were building stuff, you know, for Ryogoku or you know, ongoing rivalries, whether it be the faction warfare. That kind of is the theme of this fall in New Japan Pro Wrestling and all that stuff. But as we start every single review, let's go with one word to give your overall thoughts on the entire show, not just one incident. Sonal, we'll start with you, Sonal. Your overall thoughts on Destruction in Kobe.
Heartbroken. It doesn't matter how good the other matches were. That is what's going to stick at me. Heartbroken.
Couldn't get past it.
You know, sometimes you just have to hang on to the one thing that just made it all what it was for that one show, man.
You know, it's the thing they say. It's like Chris Charlton said, Uncle Nobu is the wrestler's wrestler. And it's not even the fact he betrayed Just Five Guys. It's the fact that he will not be wrestling properly anymore.
I mean, he is also the heel master, though.
Yes.
But he's always been the heel master, but wrestling well, because Suzuki Gunner, even though they were heels, wrestled properly.
Mm-hmm.
House of Torture, well, we've seen it. I mean, Evil and Yujo were never the best wrestlers, but we saw it with Show. Went from one of the strongest junior heavyweights to having the worst match on a card.
Show needed to be in the Super Junior Tag League. This was necessary. I got my whole argument for the pro. I am here to argue for you, Gato. But J News, your overall thoughts on Destruction in Kobe in one word.
In one word, how would I? You know, it was enlightening, to say the least. By the end of this show, I said to myself, I have a better idea of where they're going with towards Wrestle Kingdom. We spoke it up during the summertime, but I will double down here. Obviously, spoiler alert ahead of time, folks. The Tsuji shock did not happen, but the Big Tsuji is a fan favorite here on True Heel Heat. He is the indelible future of New Japan Pro Wrestling, and I am here to sing his praises, man. Oh, and another thing.
Head of the class.
Damn right of the class. And another thing. Fuck the PWI. They don't know what the hell they're doing.
Oh, man.
Yeah. I like how they mentioned it on commentary as well. That publication that we do not name. I was like, they got called out by commentary.
At the end of the day, you know me, man. You know me. I don't mince words. I don't care if I gotta take shots. I'm available anytime you need me to be, anywhere. J News says the PWI ain't worth a damn. It ain't worth a damn. Will Ospreay not being in that top 10 is a load of crap. Is a load of crap.
I agree.
And then the rest of the list, I don't want to take any shine away from any of the wrestlers on that list because a lot of guys deserve to be on the list. But outside of that, when you don't have the best freaking
Okada in the top 10, sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, like not even to take away from Okada, but hasn't Ospreay's year been like 50 times better?
Yeah.
Well, you have to understand what the PWI looks at. They look at kayfabe accomplishments, kayfabe stuff like that. And Okada is in the calendar year that they go by, which is June to June. Okada won the G1, and he was the IWGP World Heavyweight champion. Those are two things that Will Ospreay did not accomplish. That is why Okada is ahead of Ospreay.
Kayfabe to kayfabe. Kayfabe these nuts. God damn it.
Jesus.
That would be the title. If this was our podcast, we would have had the title sorted.
Kayfabe these nuts.
Kayfabe these nuts by J News. But yes, my one word is arrival. Because I thought the Tsuji arrival was wrestling Duntaku with the debut. I thought the arrival was the match with Sonata, but this felt like the arrival. The arrival. So that's my one word. But
he cemented himself as a future champion in this match.
Oh, without question. For sure.
Without question, he has to become a champion at this point. And honestly, he has to be the first one out of the three Musketeers to win.
Really? Not Narita?
No, I'm not Narita. Not the only thing that hasn't changed for anyone's rankings is Narita is third of the three Musketeers.
That still makes me so sad because like he had so much potential, and I'm still sticking by it. And I'm going to mention every video, every podcast, everything I mentioned. They should have kept him in the junior heavyweights because
I agree.
I agree. He's just so much smaller than the other two as well that it doesn't.
And there's nobody like him in the junior division, whereas in the heavyweights, obviously, he's got Shibata that he's thing, obviously similar to Suzuki in terms of strong style, like the black. He's just got no place at the moment in such a stacked roster of heavyweights.
Exactly. And we'll see him more, I guess, on the next Destruction show when they close out the best of 7 series. But let's get into Destruction in Kobe 2023. The opening matchup saw Clark Connors teaming up with Drilla Maloney, the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champions, Bullet Club War Dogs. They picked up a victory over Kevin Knight and Tiger Mask. This match going 6 minutes 57 seconds. Bullet Club War Dogs getting the win with the full clip, which is their suplex spear combination off the middle rope. I thought this was a good opener to the night. Nothing kind of like blow away or anything about it, but a nice little preview with Kevin Knight, who's going to be teaming up with Kushida to verse Bullet Club War Dogs coming up in Ryogoku. I gave the match 3 stars. J News, what did you think?
I thought it was solid. Always giving props and love to Kevin Knight, a friend of the show. Tiger Mask nowadays, man, he's a New Japan dad, so he's in there for the filler. Got to give props to the Junior War Dogs for doing their thing and being menaces out there in the freaking ring. So that's always fun to watch. So a solid 3, I think, is a good rating to give it. Looking forward to more out of Kevin Knight. I think there's more in the tank for Kevin Knight when it comes to in-ring ability and just more or less maybe future character stuff. I just think there's just a lot more to tap into. So yeah.
What about you, Sonal? What you thought about the opener?
Yeah, it was a really nice way to start. I think we knew that Tiger Mask was going to get the pin, but why? Like he's one of the dads, but because I think we always bring this up about the conditions of all the older wrestlers, like. Tiger Mask isn't at the bottom, and I think he can still go. Like he's pretty decent, especially for a junior wrestler. Because I think if all like heavyweight wrestlers have a tough time as they get older. It's even harder for juniors because we know that it's there. So he really held his own. I guess it was a bit of a salty tiger mask because he gets that way when he doesn't have anything prominent. But it just told a really nice story between obviously the War Dogs and Kevin Knight, which I assume is going to be for a title shot at some point. And I like that they're giving us something for the junior tag titles that's got a bit of history. Do you know what I mean? They were in the dojo together, and it's gonna bring something new because I think everyone's worried with the tag division is there's never enough people or what are we gonna see. But I think this is quite a nice build up for that.
Yeah, I would say the past year, as far as like both tag team divisions, junior and heavyweight, they've done a lot as far as putting more of a focus on it and kind of having people involved in those divisions. So I'm looking forward to the match between the Jet Setters and the War Dogs. I think that's at Ryogoku. That's on that card on October 8th. Next, October 9th, excuse me. Next, we have a trios matchup. You got the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion Sonata teaming up with his Just Five Guys stablemates Doki and Taka Michinoku to verse the House of Torture, Evil, Yujiro Takahashi, and Dick Togo. I will say, this match wasn't good. I give it 2 stars. But I popped for Taka Michinoku and Dick Togo being in the ring together. The Kaientai fan in me, choppy is pee-pee, and all that good stuff. I popped for that. And the fact that Taka won! Taka with the Michinoku driver gets the pin on Dick Togo. I was so surprised by this finish. I was like,
5 stars for the finish. 5 stars for the finish. 5 stars for Taka Michinoku, guys.
It's like, what is going on? This match went 8 minutes, 32 seconds. Sonal, what did you think about the trios match here?
Yay, Taka Michinoku got the win. I think that's all we can say. I hate that 2 of the most, obviously, because we're talking about it later on, they're Just Five Guys, one of my favorite factions. And obviously, we've got 2 big champions who have been really fighting. Their big ones and 2 of the big storylines of New Japan is with House of Torture. Like, there's no... Yujiro came out in a crop top thinking he suited it, and he didn't. Evil come there's nothing good about them. And the fact that they're putting Just Five Guys, so, like I've said with Tiger Mask, Taka Michinoku is in amazing shape still. Like, puts on phenomenal matches. So don't have him just get a win over Dick Togo. I mean, I'm not saying have him beat Hiromu or something. He could have him beat Bushi slightly more realistic. You know? Give him something because I feel like just anything with House of Torture is just a turn off for me at the moment.
I will say that since feuding with House of Torture, Sonata has significantly cooled down. So that means that we need to get a temperature report on his boy Sonata from J News. What did you think about this trios matchup? And what have you been thinking about the Sonata Evil rivalry over the championship? We do need to mention that Evil does still have possession of the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship.
Didn't they have a little tiny belt?
Yes, yes. Sonata has to wear a belt that says "I am champion" and wear the belt on his shirt.
And then after that, there was a little statue, wasn't there?
No. That was a piece of the belt that came off. Yes. So to mention, so to SP3's point, in regards to let's get the temperature of Sonata in the title reign right now. There's no temperature. The shit's in the fucking toilet right now, man. Let me tell you right now. Japanese fans have been having a field day since Sonata has become champion because he hasn't beaten anybody of any grandeur. Who are these opponents that they're supposed to be giving him? What is the storyline with Evil? Evil ain't worth a damn right now. Evil ain't been worth a damn since he had that strap.
Yes.
With that being said, him stealing the belt, which is an old wrestling gimmick, right? It has done nothing for either of them. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. And at this point, for Sonata to be wearing that cheap-ass shirt, I'm the 7th champion, him having to pick up his own belt, put it in the corner, and then get a piece of the belt. Yeah. A little piece came off. And then I think it was Charlton who was saying on commentary that it might be a fake belt or whatever the case is because Evil might be storing the real belt somewhere else because it has all those what is like 1,000
And
Swarovski
pieces
crystals
are
on
falling
it.
off of it. I mean,
And
pieces
are
falling off. And the pieces never fell off the title before this. So
right. So I think the story here with this belt, it's that, and this is just me speculating wildly, right? Taking a page out of the Sam Roberts book here. They're gonna do away with this championship. With Tsuji mentioning the Intercontinental Championship, the whole thing, obviously he didn't win the match, but him mentioning that, I have a feeling when Naito gets his win, because Naito will get his win at Wrestle Kingdom, he will split these belts. The IC belt will come back. We'll do away with what people like to say is the Divas Championship equivalent of the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. Bring back the old championship, because that thing is still money till this day, and bring back the IC belt. And I think that'll happen. To my point, I think that's speculating, but at the end of the day, why not?
Yeah, I would say, I'm just looking at you like, man, you sound like WWE fans that be like, oh, just bring back the Hurt Business, it will be great. Or AEW fans that be like, Tony Khan will book 2 women's matches on Dynamite, I swear, one day. Like, no, the old world title ain't coming back.
Listen, man, they're shambling it to pieces. Even when Naito was carrying around the IC strap and dragging it on the floor, did not a piece come off of those belts. So miss me with the bullshit, SP3.
No,
this belt is going.
He already said the reason. It's a fake belt. It's a prop belt.
I think to Jenny's, like, I understand, because it seems like they're downgrading, especially with Tsuji talking about this. They'll never get rid of the world belt. Do you know what I mean? Like, it is the title. What it might happen is that the IC belt will come back, and similarly, you know, like on the Wrestle Kingdom, where obviously the IC title main evented, not it'll be something where it'll be the champion who lifts the prestige of it to make it higher than the world one. But they're not going to get the world. It's like, you have to have a world champion, unless they're going to rename the Intercontinental Championship the World Intercontinental Championship, which is kind of like goes against.
Yeah,
it's a lot going on there. But to end my point, I would say this: this feud isn't helping either of them. I figured that the Evil versus Sonata thing should have been a blood feud, not this crap that we're getting. And they should have had some sort of a gimmick match for it. Be it in a cage,
lumberjack match.
Oh, are they?
Which is the whole reason why with Uncle Nobu going in, they're like, oh, now we're at an advantage, because all you've got is Doki, Tai Chi, if he decides to come back, and Taka Michinoku.
Nah.
Taka's not going to be a great lumberjack, is he?
No, Taka's not going to be an effective lumberjack at all.
No lumberjack match. Give me a cage match. Give me Texas Death, for God's sakes. But at the end of the day, you want
to see Evil in a Texas Death match? I don't want to see him ruin that stipulation.
Who knows? At the end of the day, I don't know. My point is, get this freaking storyline done and over with. Have Sonata go over, because Sonata has to be the one to take the L from Naito at Wrestle Kingdom, because it can't be Evil. It's not going to count. It's not going to count if it's Evil.
Evil versus Naito, man.
The main event of Wrestle Kingdom.
It's gonna happen, y'all. It's gonna happen. Next match was a 10-man tag, as you had Gorillas of Destiny, Tama Tonga, Tongaloa, Hikuleo, El Phantasmo, and Jado versus Bullet Clubs, David Finlay, Chase Owens, Alex Coughlin, Gabe Kidd, and Gato. This match opened up with a brawl. It transitioned into the Bullet Club kind of taking control. We get an eventual hot tag to Tama, then the baby faces run wild for a while. In the end, it's Tama Tonga who picks up the victory with the gun stun, 10 minutes, 12 seconds. This was your standard fare that we've come to expect from the GOD Bullet Club rivalry. After the matchup, we get another short brawl with the baby faces standing tall. I gave the match 2.5 stars. J News, what did you think?
Where is this going? That's my question.
It's leading to Tama versus David Finlay at
and then Hikuleo,
El Phantasmo,
the War Dogs, and then the amazing match everyone's looking forward to, Chase Owens versus Tongaloa in a special singles match.
You really know how to book them, Gato.
I'm gonna leave this alone. So yeah, leave this alone.
That's all you gotta say.
That's all I
Sonal,
gotta say.
what you thought about the 10-man tag?
I mean, it was all right. It did what it had to do, I guess. Like it built for the matches. My question, right? So, and this is coming from a picture I've seen today. It was Shota Umino with the God guys. Is he teasing that he's actually like technically now he's not Hontai, he is now God? Because he's been posting pictures of Hikaleo and all sorts, and I wouldn't say no to that.
I mean, he's got to if he's gonna join any type of faction, it's got to be the BCC. It's got to be him to take throwing away the white stuff, the white jacket, getting the black jacket, getting some black trunks to mix up with the pink.
You think Red Shoes Uno is going to be okay with that?
Yep.
Come back, that you're grounded. No, you can't tell me.
Why you think Tony got Claudio shaking hands with Eddie? He got Moxley, showing more of a babyface side. Got Bryan Danielson feuding with Ricky Starks. Oh, they're changing BCC back to baby faces, so they need some opponents, and they need some more people. They need some more young boys. Shota Umino works.
But God need juniors.
Yeah, but Shota's not a junior.
So the real question, the real question then becomes: is God an official faction right now?
They
are.
NJPW.
No, I mean they still technically count themselves as Hontai because Tama did that whole interview where he said that he wants to be there so he can have young lions and people who stay in Hontai, because we all know Hontai is like the train stop. So you have a young lion, then Hontai, then you go and find yourself. Do you know what I mean? Like,
it's basically the house of torture of Hontai.
Yeah, like
wow.
I think the only person who stayed there,
the subgroup. It's a subgroup.
Yeah, the only person who stayed there recently is Master Wato, and I guess Shota. Like those two, the only ones who have come back from excursion, and I guess Hanare as well. Before he joined the Empire, because he didn't have an excursion, he was straight into Hontai. Which
I mean, I'll give them credit. They've expanded Hontai a lot. Now Hontai got 2 sub factions because they established that Strong Style is a Hontai faction.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Which is weird because they said that during the best of 7, which is obviously saw Strong Style versus like Nagata and Hontai, and I was like,
so it's basically Hontai versus Hontai.
Yeah. Interesting.
Which I kind of like because I think there was a promo. I think Wato said it. He was like, "Oh, you're always bringing back that Suzuki-gun stuff."
There you go.
So maybe they're teasing that at some point in the future. Strong Style are going to move away from Hontai, go back to that. We might see a Narita heel turn, and then they might add some more. Because you know what? Maybe a heel turn is what Narita needs.
Probably does. And that would make him different from the other three Musketeers. Next up, we had a tag team match. I was very much looking forward to this one. Lio Rush and Yo versus Hiromu Takahashi and Bushi, continuing the rivalry between Lio and Hiromu from this past year, and the upcoming 3-way matchup between Lio, Hiromu, and Speedball Mike Bailey. This was an action-packed, very fast-paced matchup. Lio and Yo showing their cohesiveness, showing their tandem offense throughout the matchup. But we got probably the result we all expected here when we looked at the 4 competitors in the ring. It ended with Bushi looking up at the lights as Lio ultimately won the matchup for his team with the final hour frog splash. This matchup got a good amount of time here got 9 minutes, 14 seconds. So not a lot of time, but a good amount of time to have a nice little sprint here. I give it 3.5 stars. What did you think, Sonal?
Yeah, no, it was nice. I'm going to say this because obviously the main storyline there was between Hiromu and Lio Rush. Yeah. I've really been liking Yo's stuff recently. It's like he's not even been like overstated and quite dramatic, but it's just like the small things, like his promos and the way he's in the ring. Like, I'm not doing like a English commentary saying, "Oh, next year is going to be Yo's year," because they say it every year and it never happens. But I think his team with Lio Rush is actually really good.
Yeah.
Because it's allowed him to fit now into a more of a tweener thing. Which I think, and this is just like what I think maybe should happen is that Chaos slowly moves back to heel. Because, we've seen Okada being a dick recently. And Ishii is Ishii. Like, Ishii doesn't care. Like, he's just Ishii. But I think by having Yo and Lio, if you have that sort of cocky heel, because I don't think we have that now. You've got, like, obviously, Bullet Club are the bastards. But, and the Empire used to be sort of like, those cocky, Like they never cheated or anything, but I think Chaos could fill that sort of spot.
I could see that. I could definitely see that. And I like the fact in this matchup, we're seeing more of the Lio Rush that we've been seeing in Impact Wrestling.
Mhm.
They heel Lio Rush, which I think shows off a lot of his personality more. And like you said, you got Super Junior Tag League coming up. You know, Leo and Yo are going to be a team in that. The more Leo is with Yo, maybe he rubs off on him more, and we see more of that personality and more of a cockiness from Yo, and he can have that breakout year next year. But Jay News, what did you think about this junior heavyweight tag team match?
I mean, I'm always a fan of being able to watch Lio Rush in a ring. I just refuse to watch Impact Wrestling. But that's neither here nor there. At the end of the day, from a gear standpoint, I thought it was crazily outlandish that Lio Rush came out in that long trench bubble coat, whatever the hell that thing was. So I think he was paying homage to Hiromu there, because Hiromu has like jackets like that. And if that rubs off on Yo, I think that just makes them, over the top, heady, artistic guys who are doing their own thing, and they get their own personality in that particular regard. So I would like to see that or more of that going forward. It was interesting for me to see Lio Rush wrestle yesterday, because it was the first time I ever said, "Yo, is Leo slowing down?" Like, when I was watching the match in the ring, I was like, "Yo, Leo's going kind of for me," because I'm used to all this high octane, high speed shit.
This is him working heel. He's got to slow it down.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, this even when he does work heel, though, he'll still go at his pace or whatever. So it was the first time I noticed, me personally, that he was much slower than usual or whatever. So I took that into consideration as well. Yo still finding himself. That's the way I see it.
Saying this like 5-6 years after he returned to the
he's still finding himself. So I'll put it on that. Yeah, man. I mean, we got what we got there. Hiromu's still doing Hiromu things, and Bushi still being LIJ's electrician and stuff like that. Hopefully they do put him back in the Super Junior tournament with Teton, because they're a good team together.
I feel like they'll have to, because I'm trying at the moment to think who they could have. I guess you've got the usual ones. I'm hoping like Despy and Mao maybe, but I still like there doesn't seem to be so many teams that they could afford to not have an LIJ team.
Yeah.
So would Mao be representing Strong Style?
No,
he teamed up with Despy in the All-Star. So.
Right. I don't know. I mean, I love Mao. Mao, I think, has a very unique style to him. So
he works really well with Despy. Like, they're very different in their styles, but like also like they work really. I think it'd be fun, like a Strong Style and the 37 Comuna.
The Transformer.
The
Transformer. They just come together, Next up, we got probably the best match on these undercard here, as it was TMDK versus Chaos. You had Zack Sabre Jr. and Bad Dude Tito versus Katsushika Okada and Tomohiro Ishii. Oh my God, this came out of nowhere. It just came out to be a great matchup. Like, it was
Bad Dude Tito, man. I went in
Bad Dude Tito
pinned. I was like, it's obvious, isn't it? You got two champions, you got Zack, Tito's getting pinned. Thank you, because I am hoping that this builds to another match.
I would love it. I love it. He needs to be a part of that. But you had him. He went toe-to-toe with Okada at first. Then he knocks Ishii to the floor. He tags in Zack Sabre Jr. Love the exchanges between Zack and Okada. Love the exchange, especially the back and forth wild exchange between Zack Sabre Jr. and Ishii. The match then breaks down. All four men are in the ring. We get multiple momentum shifts. And then finally, it's down to ZSJ and Ishii. And Zack gets the win with the European clutch 1, 2, 3 in the middle of the ring. This match, it felt like it got a lot of time, but it only got 12 minutes 15 seconds, but they packed so much action into this one. Hell of a matchup. I gave it 4 stars. To Sonal, what did you think about TMDK versus Chaos?
Yeah, really good. Like a surprise again, because obviously we went in thinking it's going to be a good match, but it's not really going to build to anything. But like they've done it really well, and I love Tito. Like the Japanese crowd love him, and I think he's really thriving. Like, I saw him at Royal Quest 2, and he's amazing. And I think it is the perfect thing because, like, I know they've got this big match coming up, but I feel like Chaos, like, especially Okada, has forgotten he has the Never Six-Man titles. So, like, the fact that I think, and I also like the idea that who the team could be from TMDK. I'd love it to be like Tito, Zack, and Robbie, or maybe Fujita could come in and get his first title. Or do you know what I mean? Like, there's so many options, and it's a match we wouldn't have seen.
Yeah, they did kind of like set up the next never open weight 6-man tag team title matchup. They also got their big matchup coming up at Destruction in Ryogoku against Team Impact, the Motor City Machine Guns, and Josh Alexander. I can't wait for Okada to go up against Alexander in that matchup. But Jay News, what did you think about this tag team bout?
Anytime I get to see that bad dude Tito in the ring, it's a good time. I'll say this, man. A lot of comparisons during commentary there. Steiner comparisons, Dr. Death, Steve Williams comparisons.
I see more Dr. Death.
I see more Dr. Death. Correct. Because there's flashes of the athleticism from Tito, but it's not necessarily over the top, you know. But yeah, man. I mean, Zacky's on a roll, bro. ZSJ's on a roll right now. Ain't nobody taking him off his high right now. So he's doing the damn thing. Like you said, Okada, I think, forgets he has that 6-man never open weight championship. Like when he took his jacket off, he looked surprised, like he had it on or whatever. So I was
like, wait, I did wonder why it was a bit heavy coming out.
So that was interesting to see. Ishii still doing Ishii things, man. Look, listen, I don't know how much longer we're gonna get of Ishii in New Japan, but we have to relish and appreciate the fact that we're continuing to get Tomohiro Ishii in these matches. I thought it was a dope match. It was the longest match of the night so far. So far at this point. So it was a pretty cool match. I wonder how TMDK is going to break into their trios team. So because I don't know, I honestly wouldn't know who the third member would be outside of it being Robbie or Fujita. Because it's a never open man, so obviously it's gonna have to be a junior.
Unless they do TMDK, Mikey and Shane, and
I feel like
I think they, because obviously in Chaos they've not got a junior wrestler.
No.
Who's
the third member again? It's Tanahashi, right?
Tanahashi,
Junior heavyweight champion Tanahashi.
Tada's gonna suck in his gut. He's gonna be like junior heavyweight. Gotta love it. But yes, I'm interested how they're gonna follow up from this matchup, but a hell of a matchup kind of came out of nowhere, and we needed that because we needed a palate cleanser before the next matchup.
Do we have to talk about it?
Yes, we do. It's about that time. See, we got our most viewers yet of this live stream because people are waiting to hear how Sonal reacted to the King of Pro Wrestling 2023 Provisional Championship matchup. It was Taichi defending against Sho. Another battle between Just Five Guys and House of Torture, with the special stipulation being that the seconds were handcuffed at ringside. We get a long segment of House of Torture rejecting or trying to stop themselves from being handcuffed from the members of Just Five Guys. Eventually they do. We get Taichi pretty much dominating a lot of this matchup until the members of House of Torture, despite being handcuffed, are able to still get involved and interfere, giving Sho the opportunity to get into the matchup. But Taichi eventually overcomes all of that. Taichi held on through most of the chicanery, but we get a referee bump. We get a face full of powder from Dick Togo and a low blow, all in quick succession, which left Sho far behind. We get Taichi far behind. We get Sho attempts a wrench shot, but then Yoshinobu Kanemaru comes down, and we're here. Our fans were all happy. They think he's here to make the save for Just Five Guys, but instead he grabs the Satori, he puts it in his mouth, and he spits it in the face of his former best friend Taichi, and then he rips off, he drops him with the bottle, hits him in the head with the bottle, he rips off his shirt and reveals a House of Torture shirt, and then Sho follows up. hitting Taichi with the shock arrow. 1, 2, 3, just over 13 minutes. Sho is your new King of Pro Wrestling 2023 provisional champion. His first singles title in New Japan Pro Wrestling. He
Why?
finally got the job done, and House of Torture stood tall. They beat down just 5 guys after the matchup, eventually handcuffing each of the members to the ropes while they still beat down on Taichi. And then Evil said that he agreed to the lumberjack match that Sonata suggested, and because now House of Torture outnumbered just 4 guys, 5 members to 4. What did you think about all of this? We will start with Sonal.
But how long did you say the match was?
13 minutes, 1 second.
That went 13 minutes, 1 second, way too long for me. Right. Let's take a trip back in memory lane. 2021, 2020. Sho and Roppongi 3K. All I wanted was Sho to win a singles belt. I thought, he could do never. I just wanted to be junior champion. 2023, he's won a title, and I'm heartbroken. Because one, it was against my Holy Emperor, who, by the way, new purple ring gear.
Yeah.
I very much liked it.
Good.
Quality.
Needed a change just for him to get betrayed. I like to think that Uncle Nobu got jealous of Taichi's new boyfriend Sonata and decided, fine, if I'm not the only man, I will not be in your life at all. Because that is the only thing that I can explain, the heartbreak. Because when Suzuki-gun were a thing, they always used to say that, like, while they were very good, they weren't all, like, very close friends. Especially Despy said this. But Taichi and Kanemaru always were.
Mm-hmm.
It makes it hurt even more.
That's why they stuck together, even after it was all over, all done and dusted. They stuck together, and then they had to break your heart. Damn you, Gato. Damn you.
But what cost? I mean, if you're going to say, right, Sho's suddenly going to have a revelation now and going to wrestle well, then that's fine. But they also, like, it was a really shit way to end Taichi's really good reign, I think, as, like, the King of Pro Wrestling champion. So.
I agree. I'm sorry.
God damn it, Uncle Nobu. Why?
This is where you learned a valuable lesson, though. Never trust the drunk uncle who shows up to the party late. You never do. You're never supposed to do that. Just not. J News, what did you think about this one? I didn't even give it a star rating because, like 0 stars. But I mean, in all fairness, I try to take my bias out of my star ratings. The match itself, like a star.
In all honesty, yesterday I watched the show sometime in the early evening, 6 p.m. I didn't know it was a 4-hour show, so I'm there till like 11 something because obviously I had to take breaks here and there, whatever. And when I watched this, and I said to myself, the heel master turned heel. Makes sense. Fine. No problem. But then I say to myself, wait a minute. This entire House of Torture run, these guys are considered a whole bunch, they're just considered clowns, right? And then it's Sho now being the champion, the KOPW champion. This is a complete and utter clown show. The clown show will continue on through this young man. They have done him a disservice with this whole faction. This is my personal opinion. And now with Uncle I can't even call him Uncle Nobu no more, dog. You know what's wrong with that? I just got assimilated to the fact I got Uncle Nobu on the side. He's gonna pass me to Satori, and we're gonna have a good time. And now he's spitting it in the face of Taichi.
Yep.
What we doing, fam? We just got the family together, and now you breaking it up. This is wrong.
Already.
This is wrong. This is wrong on a lot of levels, man. I just can't accept what's going on. It's a complete and utter disgrace. I don't even know what else to do about this right now. Just 5 guys is now just 4 guys. But I believe you two were talking off camera about a possibility, an idea that Sonal has for the just members So also your idea.
The just members.
Just members, because they're just question mark members. That's what they should name the faction. Right,
Just
basically,
question mark members.
if anyone follows me on social media, they know that I like to do odd doodle, right? So if anyone notices, like in the crowd, they have like little light sticks, and I'm a K-pop fan, and light sticks are a big thing. So I've been designing my own light sticks. So as soon as Uncle Nobu left, the first thing I thought was, oh my god, I'm gonna have to redesign it. Until I remembered a tweet. So I don't watch it. It's Impact, isn't it?
Yes.
I don't watch Impact. Like, I know about it. And I heard there is a certain young lion we've been missing who may have lost his place in the company. And I wonder what could be next for him. Well, it just seems so Taka doesn't have to bring out the old merch and get rid of the new one. That Yuya Uemura would be the perfect fit for Just Five Guys to bring them back up. Whether I personally thought when I was doing like making the thing that, because Uemura did a lot of junior stuff. I know he's bulked up quite a lot, but I mean we had Shingo in the junior division, so I think anything is possible. And we had Alex Zane again, another person.
The sauce.
Yeah, he should have been in the junior division, but whether he chooses to stay in the heavyweights or he does decide to drop a few pounds to go junior, he could be a very strong member in Just Five Guys.
Yeah, like I said, I think Just Five Guys already have a junior tag team with Doki and Taka.
Really?
Yeah, it's not gonna win. It's not gonna win any championships. It's gonna be a junior tag team. They're a junior tag team, technically
When was
speaking.
the last time Taka won the junior title? Well, probably with Taichi, the last one.
Well, it also gives Just Five Guys a young up and coming star, which they don't have. Like,
Sorry, Doki? Is Doki not a young and upward comer?
I mean, like a guy they're gonna give main event spots to, and I don't see that for Doki, but they could get that with Uemura. They already have that with Taichi. They already have that with Sonata, but they don't have someone for the future in New Japan in Just Five Guys. But now they would with Uemura, and pretty much every other group has that with Tsuji and Lij, Will Ospreay
on SP3.
Huh? Did I lose audio? Can you hear me, Sonal?
I can hear you.
Oh, okay. I think that's just
me
you. Yeah, I was like, what's going on here? I think that they need that for Just Five Guys, especially for the future of the group moving forward. I did want to highlight a few comments here. We got Yusuf in the chat who says Uncle Nobu didn't cross to the dark side; he crossed to the bitch side. And to quote Drilla Maloney, he is a bedwetter.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Also got Yusuf. It says also Nuge during the Road to Destruction tour has paired Taguchi and Yo as a team, and they have a tag team finisher, the Black Hole Vacation, an Apollo 55 old finisher. So maybe Leo won't be in tag league.
Actually, putting on that, I've actually, as much as I do like Leo and Yo, I think Yo and Taguchi is actually quite, because Taguchi again can still go, and him picking up wins is not an odd thing. So yeah, I'd take either. But then that's again the whole like chaos Hontai. It's just, I feel like it's fine in tag matches. When it comes to like proper things like that, the only one I'll accept is Tanahashi and Yano teaming together.
Yeah. I think it's better if you have Yo and Leo and Taguchi with Master Wado. That makes more sense.
Wato's been doing very well every time he teams with Taguchi. He's bringing out his personality, not just like showing him as like a decent wrestler.
Yes.
So to comment on the speculation here on Sonal's side, I wasn't aware that Yuya lost his place on the Impact roster.
I don't know it fully. All I did is I read something like I think a day or two before the New Japan show.
He lost Feast and Fists Are Fired. Mm-hmm. He got the fired briefcase in Feast.
Right, he got the fired briefcase because I saw that thing came up on my feed on YouTube, and I was like, out of all these personalities and wrestlers that I saw that were a part of the match, I said to myself, I don't know about 2 or 3 of them. I know Yuya. I know the other guy here. And I was like, Yuya's odd man out. So it just made sense. And then understanding what happened with Just Five Guys, I was like,
how you don't know who Moose is?
I know Moose.
You don't know who Chris Bay is?
I know Chris Bay. There was one of those guys I didn't know at all.
Crazy Steve. You don't know Crazy Steve from
that's Crazy Steve
days? That's Crazy Steve from the
that's crazy. That's crazy. He's buffed up, son. I had no idea.
Yeah.
Anyways, but Yuya being a part of Just Five Guys will probably give him it's a good entry point, right? And yet again, to a point that we all made a couple of months ago, it's not Three Musketeers. We can't forget about Yuya, man. We can't forget about Yuya. So at the end of the day, seeing Yuya back in New Japan proper is going to be a dope thing. Either be it a junior, I think him being a junior would be good because, as we were talking about earlier, they misplaced Ranarita. Obviously, Shota's not a junior at the end of the day.
We've not really got a big junior anymore. Do you remember when like there was Shingo and Ospreay who were like on the heavier end? I think Will Maloney maybe, but I don't think they'll push him as a single star anytime soon, really.
Yeah, mind you, Drill is freaking. He's shrunk, so he's not even.
That's true.
He's shrunk. So that was his own personal choice. But at the end of the day, to see a bigger junior with Yuya, I think would be a good thing. So yeah, there you go. Yeah, I want to see it. I want to see it.
We don't need any more members of House.
No, we don't need no more members. No, man.
We don't need any more members. They got 5 members. That's enough. Let's keep it at that. We need Yua Uemura in Just Five Guys. I am on the Sonal bandwagon on this. We're gonna push this agenda. We're gonna make it happen. Gato, get it done. We also got Dustin who says, I think Lee Yo is the better team to have in Junior Tag League. 100%.
Absolutely.
A great team since they were paired last year. But I know, unfortunately, guys, we got to lose Sonal. She's not feeling well right now. So we hope that she gets better and feels better.
You know what? Before I go, I'm gonna say, because I wanted to stay, I was like, right, I want to get to the end because like it's the match and I can't. But I was like, if I speak anymore, I'm like, if you probably noticed that at points you just see me like coughing, so I don't want to carry on. But I'm just gonna say, Ospreay versus Tsuji, because I won't get to say it in again. Blew my mind. Match of the year contender, cemented Ospreay as one of the best. Tsuji absolutely phenomenal. Like. I quickly going to say, because I saw in the Naito and Cobb match, there were a few missteps.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For the speed and the action that Ospreay and Tsuji had, nothing went off. Everything was precise. And god damn it, Yota Tsuji. Like, when he went for an excursion, I was like, oh, he's going to do like Lucha, British, Japan style. But he took that to the next level. And I don't think we've seen anyone like that.
No.
He's probably got the second best offense in New Japan, and the first best is Will Ospreay.
Yeah, exactly.
So it made for a great match. So now we want to give you the spotlight so you can let everybody know where they can follow you on social media, subscribe to her YouTube channel, and much, much more. Let the people know.
So you can find me at wrestling_chat. I am going to the Royal Quest show, so where you'll talk about it later on the show. Obviously, Zack Sabre Jr. came out. I will be there live. So I will be posting pictures on wrestling_chat. But make sure to subscribe to Sonal's Life because I will be back with vlogs, videos, and on the road to Wrestle Kingdom, there is so much going on. So I am going to try and recover, and I will be back hopefully with a video soon. So yeah, make sure to hit subscribe.
Absolutely. Go over. She makes great content, especially when it comes to New Japan Pro Wrestling. So support her. Supports Ace Techers over on Wrestling. We'll have a new episode next week, and we'll see Sonal. Hopefully she feels better for Destruction in Ryogoku, and we can have her for that review.
Yeah. Have fun praising the next matches because we've got through the hard one.
Exactly. We got through the hard stuff. So we hope you feel better. We'll see you soon.
See you all soon. True Hill Heat.
Bye. All right. So next up, we had tag team matchup for the IWGP Tag Team Championships. It was Bishamon defending against TMDK. This was TMDK's third opportunity at the IWGP Tag Team Championships this year. One previous matchup with Bishamon, another with Aussie Open. I like how these teams work together. This built around kind of tandem offense and isolation segments from both teams. TMDK really were a lot more aggressive and meaner when they had the opportunities in this one, kind of turning up the aggression than what we usually see from them. Bishamon had to keep them on their back foot using their kind of speed and kind of how they kind of just have people kind of distracted or have switch directions a lot of times during matches with their double teams and how they are able to execute them. In the end, though, it wasn't the double team or the tandem offense that got the victory here. It was a key reversal at the right time when TMDK went for their tank buster off the middle rope. It was Yoshihashi that reversed it into a crucifix bomb on Mikey Nichols and surprisingly got the 1-2-3 here. Bishamon retaining the IWGP Tag Team Championships. This match going 12 minutes, 29 seconds. Love how these two teams work together. I gave the match 3 3/4 stars. Another solid defense for Bishamon. What did you think?
It was definitely another solid defense. TMDK came out like gangbusters in this one. I thought that this was probably their best match as a tag team in a while. So that was definitely something that was cool to watch. I don't necessarily know where Bishamon goes from here, bro.
This is why I was predicting TMDK to get the win here. Like, I try to break down the match without bias, but when we're reflecting on the matchup, I'm like, TMDK should have won here.
Yeah. I don't know where they go from here. I'm not too sure if everything's going to be tied into what's going to happen with Aussie Open and FTR and then the World Tag League stuff. I'm not too sure if they're just preparing for all that. So, yeah, I don't know, man. But the match was quality. Don't get me wrong. It was a good match. 3 3/4 stars for me in that particular regard, just because they don't. I don't think TMDK knows how to have a bad tag match, especially when they're on it, right? And Bishamon's just crazily underrated for what they've become in the last 2 years. So props to them with what it is that they've been doing.
You watch basketball. I put out the tweet and I'll say it here. Bishamon is the Giannis Antetokounmpo to FTR and Aussie Open's Nikola Jokic and Joel Embiid from the last 3 years of MVP races. Like they are firmly in that third spot, but they should be talked about more of being the best tag team in the world.
Yeah. That's I can't disagree with that at all. That's a great comparison and analogy, to be quite honest. So that lines up there for sure. But like I said, man, I don't know where Bishamon goes from here. Maybe this is just the log time between now and Tag League. So that maybe that's more or less the point. But yeah, outside of that, man, thought it was cool. It did what it was supposed to do, and we'll see as to what goes on from here.
We shall. We got John J in the chat. Thanks for joining us, good brother. He says, I thought TMDK were winning. Good match, but weird result. Who are the next challengers? I was wondering, I was like, is something going to happen after the match so we could at least see who the next challengers are? Because I don't know off the top of my head who it would be, but I guess we're not going to get another IWGP tag team title match until after Tag League now.
Mm-hmm.
The next one's going to be Wrestle Kingdom?
Yeah, that's the way I saw it. That at least this way, because they're not going to have another match at Ryogoku, and then
I know they're not going to have a match at Ryogoku, but we got Power Struggle in November. Like I don't know if they're going to be on the US shows, probably not, but at least Power Struggle, we could get one in there, you know.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Unless they throw 2 of those ass clowns from House of Torture Bone.
I'm good. Never mind. I'll stop asking. You won't have to tempt me with murder. Like, sheesh. Next up, we had a special singles match. Shingo Takagi going 1-on-1 with the Great Okan. And boy, oh boy, was this a lovely brawl. This was just intense, hard-hitting. This was the BMF type of matchup that we expect from Shingo Takagi, and it was honestly probably Great Okan's best performance. Like, he came in here very aggressive, came in here very intense. He got some really good near falls down the stretch, especially when he hit like a suplex and then a cutter for a near fall. He had a massive lariat and then the eliminator for another near fall, and it took a late strike exchange, which Shingo got back into the matchup. A sudden lariat, and then to close, he hits the last of the dragon to pick up the 1-2-3. Shingo Takagi picking up a win against the Great Okan here. I really enjoyed this one. 12 minutes, 27 seconds. There's another one I gave 4 stars to. I thought Shingo Takagi got the best Great Okan out of Great Okan. What did you think, J News?
Hey man, anytime I get to see Shingo put on a banger is a good day. And anytime the great Okan elevates himself on screen is a good day. So when the Dominator and the Rampage Dragon do the damn thing at the same time, it's just the perfect storm. Um, the only thing that I laughed at the majority of the match was how long. I think there's probably a record minute count now how long Okan had his entire claw on the face of Shingo during the match. That was just funny to me. But outside of that, they definitely went at it. And like you said, it was a brawl, in out. Just them trying to overpower each other. The way that they show their agility in the ring, outside of the power as well, is something to behold as guys that are bigger stature in that particular sense. So that's always cool to watch as well. Yeah, man. The Great Okan, he hasn't picked up any great wins recently, but I hope that this puts him on a better trajectory going into the future. Shingo Takagi should always be protected. So at the end of the day, he's always a top competitor in that heavyweight division. So yeah, man, terrific match. Hopefully we get to see more. They don't have any sort of like a wild tag team thing coming up, right? Where they pair opposite end tag teams.
No, I don't.
No,
I
right?
don't think so. I know Stardom just had like an event like that.
But yeah, that's
the Dream Tag Festival. But I don't think New Japan does anything like that. I do expect Shingo Takagi to come out after the Never Openweight Championship matchup in Ryogoku between Tama Tonga and David Finlay. I expect Finlay to win that one, and I expect Shingo to challenge him. I don't know whether that match would be at Power Struggle or we save that for even Wrestle Kingdom, but I'd be down with Shingo being the one that takes the title off of David Finlay.
Yeah, I'm down for anybody who takes the title off of David Finlay. So
that's just me, sir. That's just me. Next, listen, we had,
I said, listen, man, at the end of the day, everybody knows who my favorites are. Everybody knows who I hate. So I got to keep this going, brother. There's a certain level of consistency.
It's free all.
There's a certain level of consistency that needs to come from me every time I am here on True Heel Heat.
No, it's just vitriol coming from you, sir. Like, sheesh. Be nicer. Be nicer to these guys. Come on. Next up, we had a number one contenders matchup. Basically, the winner would get the shot at the Tokyo Dome at Wrestle Kingdom 18. Tetsuya Naito defending his G1 Climax 33 tournament win contract against Jeff Cobb. And like we said earlier, there was some missteps in this one, but I love the story of the matchup with Jeff Cobb just being so cocky and trying to keep the same attitude and energy that he had in their G1 encounter where he got the win, where he was very cocky throughout that one. He did the similar here, doing a lot of Naito's signature offense, whether it be combination cabron. He was doing the pose at certain points as well, showing off his power at certain stages. This is really a great showcase for Jeff Cobb, showing all of his different abilities, whether it be his speed, whether it be his amazing power. I love how the match was paced, where it really kind of escalated and it had its like first half, the second half, its middle portion, and then the ending sequence. You had Naito block the Tour of the Islands at one point after Cobb hit a crazy F5000 for a near fall. Naito blocks the Tour of the Islands into a perfect Poison Rana. We get Cobb reversing Destino, but he fails to follow up immediately after surviving a couple of multiple near falls. We get Naito hitting combination cabron. He then Cobb lands a big suplex and then a lariat, but again Naito is able to escape the Tour of the Islands. He eventually hits a reversal of a Destino and then picks up Cobb and hits the standard Destino 1, 2, 3. Tetsuya Naito retains his spot at the Tokyo Dome and will headline Wrestle Kingdom 18 on January 4th. This match went 14 minutes, 17 seconds. I thought that this match didn't overstay its welcome. I thought it was going to be in line for about 20 minutes, but I thought they hit the perfect amount of time, 14 minutes, 17 seconds. They were able to tell their story well, get out there and have a great matchup despite some missteps and some clunky spots throughout it. I thought it was still a great matchup. I gave it 3 3/4 stars. What did you think?
I thought it was solid outside of the obvious bad spots and things of that nature. I thought it was another solid match. Jeff Cobb. What more is there to say about Jeff Cobb? I think that he's another one of those guys who's always the bridesmaid and never the bride. So at the end of the day, I feel like much to what John Jay's saying. Hopefully he comes. It's going to be a bigger year for Jeff Cobb coming next year. So that's still wait and see with Jeff Cobb. Like we've been saying since the beginning of the summer. It's Naito or nothing come Wrestle Kingdom, man. It's Naito or nothing come Wrestle Kingdom. So at the end of the day, Naito should still be the number one contender for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship going into Wrestle Kingdom 18. And hopefully he gets the win, he gets the roll call, and we go from there. So
we can finally move on. We can finally be done with this. I'm sorry to say it like that, Naito. I'm all about you finishing your story, but we already got one guy who can't finish their story. So let's finish your story and then keep it moving, keep it pushing. Let's tell some news stories. New Japan Pro Wrestling, Gato specifically.
So there it is, man. There it is. He says I have vitriol for all these people, but the vitriol he has for Gato is unmatched at the end of the day.
It's a coward. Hey, Tsuji, now TMDK. Why won't he put the title on people at the right time?
I think it was Dunstead who said something about Gato making Sonata not seem like a credible champion earlier.
There you go. That's his revenge.
Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. This is absolutely what Gato's doing. At the end of the day, he can't hang with that. He can't hang with that handsome ass man, and he wants to just drag him down and make him seem like he can't be a top shelf champion when we all know that he can be. At the end of the day, so it just Gato, man, you got to do better, brother. You got to do better. That's all we're asking. Just do better.
We got John Jay who says about the matchup, good storytelling. Shame about the couple of sloppy spots, but still very good. Really hope for a big year for Cobb in the upcoming year. I do agree. Jeff Cobb has he's always kind of filled the roles that they needed to. And he's had a strong year with the rivalry with Zack Sabre Jr., the huge wins over Zack and Tetsuya Naito in the G1. He had the big opportunity against Kenny Omega on AEW Dynamite. So he's had his spots and his moments throughout the year, but you really feel like, especially when you also got the possibility of no more Will Ospreay in New Japan Pro Wrestling, maybe Jeff Cobb becomes the top guy in United Empire. Who knows?
Maybe. I mean, he's gonna by default if Will leaves. If I think that's still a big if.
Yeah.
If Will leaves, then I think that you're absolutely right. I think that Jeff Cobb steps into that role. I can't wait to see what Callum Newman becomes because the kid's got some serious skills. So we'll see as to how he develops into a junior and things of that nature. But yeah, man, at the end of the day, I hope that Jeff Cobb has a match on Wrestle Kingdom at least, and that he gets to do his thing there on that big stage. And yeah, man, like I said, Naito or bust, bro. Naito or bust, and that's where we're at right now.
Naito or bust come January 4th, but someone else that we're going to be very interested in what he's doing on January 4th is both guys in our main event. So let's get into that. J News, keep those comments coming in the live chat. Love interacting with all of you and hearing your thoughts on everything going down in New Japan Pro Wrestling. But let's talk about the main event of Destruction in Kobe for the IWGP United States / United Kingdom Heavyweight Championship. Will Ospreay defending against Yota Tsuji. And my lord, let's talk about this damn matchup because I love how this was another Will Ospreay hit in 2023, a year full of Will Ospreay's hits. As these two guys, started off slow. You had the standard filling out process. You had the grappling, sequences, and then it escalated into more athletic stuff. You get Tsuji early on hitting a big tope to gain the upper hand early. Then we get Ospreay. He responds, chopping him to the outside and then hitting a plancha of his own. Then we get a brief exchange in the ring, and Tsuji puts Ospreay down to the floor and then lands a huge Fosbury flop to regain the lead. But Ospreay responds. He eats a brutal stomp from Tsuji before he responds with a stunner to keep himself in the match. Tsuji responds back, was quick to answer with a big power bomb for a near fall. Ospreay resets the match. He cuts off a couple of Tsuji strikes. The chops they were given were like echoing throughout the arena. The crowd just kept getting louder as well. So he created a great atmosphere when it got more intense and a lot more fast paced throughout this matchup. They started trading strikes with Ospreay won. The pair then worked their way to the apron where Ospreay went for the Oscutter, but Tsuji was able to reverse. He attempts a stomp like he did in one of the multi-man elimination matches, but Ospreay is able to move and opens the door. He hits a big Oscutter off the top rope to the floor. Never seen him do that before in a long time. We get back into the ring. Ospreay hits a long distance drop kick, but he gets stuffed on the follow-up. Then we get Tsuji drops Ospreay with a fantastic looking stomp. He then pulls Ospreay to the top rope, but we get a tightrope act where these two guys basically change positions, and Ospreay hits the Spanish fly on Tsuji, but he's able to kick out. Ospreay then hits a big power bomb and then the Oscutter, but Tsuji's able to kick out of that. We get the craziest reversal of the matchup where Ospreay goes for the Stormbreaker, but Tsuji's able to reverse out of that into a goddamn stunner, and then immediately follows up with the Gene Blaster Spear where he totally takes Ospreay from the center ring all the way to the ropes with the spear. But Ospreay's able to get his foot on the rope at the last possible second. Tsuji goes for another foot stomp, and then he goes for the Stormbreaker and hits it, and Ospreay's able to kick out of that. Tsuji tries for another spear, but he's knocked silly as Ospreay hits the hidden blade. Then Ospreay hits his own Gene Blaster. He then hits the Storm Driver 93, but Tsuji's able to kick out of that. Tsuji gets up as Ospreay's measuring him for the hidden blade, and Tsuji just gets up, stands up tall, and just tells him, like, bring it on, motherfucker. he just stands up like, I'll take whatever you got. You can hit me with it. Ospreay hits him with another hidden blade, picks him up, Stormbreaker, 1, 2, 3. This match, absolutely sensational. 27 minutes. 51 seconds. Will Ospreay retains the IWGP United Kingdom Heavyweight Championship in an absolutely amazing main event matchup that showed why Yota Tsuji has arrived. He is on the precipice of gold. Like, he is like one match, one move away from winning championship gold, and he showed why in this matchup. This matchup was absolutely fantastic. And then the post-match was excellent as well, as Will Ospreay gets on the mic, and then Zack Sabre Jr. walks out to interrupt, and he officially challenges Ospreay for the IWGP United Kingdom Heavyweight Championship at Royal Quest at the Copper Box. Copper Box.
Yes, Copper Box.
Royal Quest on October 14th. Will Ospreay accepts, and they cut this entire promo in Japanese. Two English-speaking British men cut an entire promo in Japanese. Zack Sabre Jr.'s Japanese is tremendous at this point. He's been there so long. He's been there for 3 years straight, ever since the pandemic went down. So he had to learn something. But My oh my, I was quite impressed by that promo exchange and quite impressed with Will Ospreay keeping up with him in the promo exchange in Japanese as well. We get a quick exchange between the two guys after they shake hands, with Ospreay trying to hit the hidden blade. ZSJ tries for the Zack driver, and then they avoid each other's attack and walk off. And then Ospreay cuts a show closing promo saying that he's the best in the world and that the summer of Ospreay is over. Omega, Okada, Shingo Takagi, Chris Jericho, Naramichi Marufuji, and now Yota Tsuji, all victims of the summer of Ospreay. My rating for this match, 4 3/4 stars, a near perfect matchup. Love this. Yota Tsuji's best match of his career so far.
Mm-hmm.
J News, what did you think?
It's interesting, man. It's interesting to see the light that New Japan is putting on Yota Tsuji, the big Tsuji. At the end of the day, this was a terrific match. Will Ospreay is the best in the world right now. There is no disputing it. I can care less from what time to what time.
It's 1A, 1B. 1A, 1B. Will Ospreay, Bryan Danielson.
Sure.
1A, 1B.
I'll never disrespect Bryan Danielson.
Because they both put on 4 3/4 stars on Saturday night. Because Bryan Danielson had one of the best sequels to a strap match I've seen with Ricky Starks on Collision.
Can we talk about Ricky Starks? Can we talk about what that young man is doing? For God's sakes.
And also Will Ospreay and Bryan Danielson both had 4 3/4 star matches, and both had matches where the guys that lost came out bigger stars.
Exactly. And to close the point I was just about to make, AEW, you will make a tremendous mistake if you do not back up that Brinks truck to re-sign Ricky Starks in 2024. I can care less what the fuck you guys have to say about that shit. That's that. Anyways, back to this match. The Big Stooge has arrived. The Gene Blast is now concrete. It is his time to shine. I've never seen a guy come back from excursion like this and dominate outside of Okada doing what Okada did in this manner, with this physicality, with this much. Can you tell if he's a good guy or a bad guy type of deal? Because he's laughing the whole time. He's getting hit in the face. You know what I'm saying? So it's dope, man. The thing when I was watching the match last night, I was saying to myself, "Yo, hit him as hard as you hit Gabe Kidd in them damn matches in the face. God damn it! Don't be giving them those light ass blows. Will can take it. So that's the only thing I would have to ever even criticize about Tsuji. Outside of that, dude, that Fosbury flop he did was so close. I thought, oh man, he's gonna hurt himself. He didn't get the jumping time part. I was like, no. I was like, but he got it off, thankfully. I was like, oh shit, man, that was a freaking sigh of relief that I had during that particular moment in time during that match. His execution of the Stormbreaker was flawless.
When you had Naramichi Marufuji did not execute it well last week, and now I like that match better because of the atmosphere from Kurgan Hall. I gave that match 5 stars, but Tsuji definitely he won the Stormbreaker test. He did that better than almost anyone not named Will Ospreay.
For sure, man. For sure. Will Ospreay still out here trying to kill people with his Tiger Driver 91. Even though I say this, Will did it in a safer way. He elevated Tsuji a little bit higher. He landed on his shoulders. So that was all great at the end of the day. But man, Tsuji, brother, to the moon with Yota Tsuji at the end of the day. As I said this months ago, New Japan is in great hands going into the future. They're in great hands. They don't lack anything. They just have to book these guys right and put them in the right positions. That's all they have to do. Don't drop the ball, man, because Gato can drop the ball. We all know he can drop the ball. He has the right pieces. Just don't drop the ball, brother. Just don't drop the ball is all I'm saying. On to Will Ospreay. Look, man, at the end of the day, the dude, right now, to me, he can't do anything wrong. I care less if he's part of the Don Callis family, that Cyrus the Virus family. I don't care. I can care less. He doesn't need him. This is peak professional wrestling for me. Like what he's doing right now. And he does and he does nearly no character work, right? He just does everything in the ring. But give him the time to do character work, I'm sure he'll do great, to be quite honest, because he's a really creative dude. But yeah, man, it's just it's second to none right now. I can care less what anybody in any other promotion wants to say. Ain't nobody tangling with Will Ospreay right now. You know, it's and to see I think they said that Royal Quest is gonna stream live on the Rev Pro on demand channel when they're streaming live, and then it'll go on to New Japan maybe later on in the day or something like that or whatever, but who knows.
Probably like a week later.
Yeah, probably, right. That's what they did. They I think last year was like over.
Last year was like 2-3 weeks, like a month.
Yeah, almost a month. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So hopefully they do it faster this time around. But I definitely will not be missing Royal Quest this year. I missed it last year. So definitely keeping in tap with that. ZSJ, Will Ospreay, that's going to be a banger. That without question.
Will Ospreay's month of October is ridiculous right now. Next, you got him teaming up with Sammy Guevara and Konosuke Takeshita to versus Kenny Omega, Kota Ibushi, and Chris Jericho. He's really the glue of that match because he has so much history with the babyface side of the team. Then you got him versus Speedball Mike Bailey at Bound for Glory at the end of October, and then in between that, you got the Zack Sabre Jr. match at Royal Quest.
I think the notion of Sammy Guevara having to apologize to Will is an interesting one, right?
Yes.
I
hope we get Sammy versus Will. That would be amazing.
It's interesting, right? Because obviously everybody has the right to their own opinion and things of that nature. I've just never been a big fan of Sammy Guevara. I've always felt that he was sloppy in the ring, and he still can't get over on the mic. So he still needs a lot of work in that particular department. If anyone can get that kid over at this point, it's gonna have to be Will. It's gonna have to be Will.
Well, Don Callis doing a good job because he got booed the hell out of Grand Slam.
That's more for Don than it is for Sammy. At the end of the day,
Sammy got booed for the heel turn. When the crowd was not into the matchup at the beginning, and then they gradually got into the matchup because Sammy performed the hell out of that matchup. No one can tell me otherwise that Sammy Guevara wasn't great during that matchup. He was the great part about that match. And then when they hugged and he did the low blow, he got heat for it. It was like Chris Jericho was actually a love babyface, and I'm like, this dude tried to join the dark side like a few months ago, and y'all booing Sammy like he just betrayed y'all beloved babyface.
I mean, at the end of the day, if the over, then kudos to him, and hopefully it happens for him. But for me right now, it's still his character is not working for whatever reason. It just ain't hitting. So let's see what happens. If he doesn't apologize to Will, I'm sure there will be a repercussion. I'll call it now, a concussion coming his way.
Jesus.
The hidden blade will come out of nowhere, and Sammy Guevara will not see it coming. So, we'll see it in that end. I don't know how Will finishes the year. I have no idea. I'm looking forward to any and everything that he's doing. So hopefully it's going to be great regardless, but we'll see how it goes down. I would have loved that. I mean, I don't know if it happened already because I forget so many matches. I would have loved to have seen a match versus Will and Takeshita because, Take Soup does the damn thing at the end of the day. So, yeah, man, it's, I'm just a big ass fan of Will Ospreay right now. I can care less what Seth Rollins has to say. He ain't got a dog in the race right now.
The fact that Seth Rollins was number one was just like,
yo, dude, like, for all intents and purposes, if we're doing from June to June, fuck, man, Roman's
the obvious number one.
Yeah, like what are we talking about?
Then you would go Moxley number 2, and then Seth number 3. You could sell me on Seth Rollins. No, because he won the U.S. title, he won the World Heavyweight Champion. Like I said, you have to also. We're not just accounting what they do in the ring. We're counting their kayfabe accomplishment, where they are in their company and the company in general. We're also putting that into play. That's why guys who are in AEW or WWE are more than likely going to be number one, except for there's few years, I think 2017 and 2018 they did back-to-back Okada and Omega, So there are years that they will give, New Japan a bone, but more than likely it's going to be AEW or WWE at the top of the list. So like it's clearly Roman over Seth from June to June.
Yeah, exactly, man. And for what Cody's done, it's like, okay, I could have taken Cody, it being where he's at in the card and everything that he's been doing and stuff like that or whatever. So it's like, all right, that is what that is. But for all intents and purposes, Destruction ended with a banger of a match of the year contender, like Sonal said. To me, still, I don't understand the why Will with Don, but it is what it is. They're just booking it that way.
They're basically friends out of convenience.
Convenience, right?
Yeah, sure. It's a friendship out of convenience. It's family out of convenience because Don Callis was the key to Will beating Kenny Omega. Will can't beat Kenny Omega without Don Callis. Just saying. But yes, let's put our thumbs in the middle for Destruction in Kobe 2023. Thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle. Let us know in the live chat what you thought. Thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle. Out of 10, what did you give the show? Match of the night, MVP and LVP for me and J News. 3, 2, 1. Thumbs up across the board from me and J News. J News, out of 10, what did you give the show?
It's too much filler at the beginning of the show, to be honest. So I give it a solid 7 out of 10. Match of the night for me was the main event. Will Ospreay versus Yota Tsuji. MVP, the Big Tsuji, because at the end of the day, I had no idea that was going to happen. So I got to give Tsuji the MVP there in that regard. Will can't win MVP every time, so give it to Tsuji there. Yeah, we'll have. I'll come back to the LVP side of things. But what about you?
I love you. I love that. I just asked you out of 10 what you give the show, and you try to give me everything except for the one that you can't figure out. No, but we literally break it down. You give your score. I'll give my score. MVP.
I'm sorry. It's been a month.
You've been gone too long, sir. For me, I'm gonna give the show 7.5 out of 10. Really, the score is boosted up by the main event, and also that Shingo. Excuse me, I got the hiccups. Shingo and Great Okan matchup, which I thought exceeded expectations a lot. Plus, I love the tag team title matchup and Naito versus Cobb. MVP for me, I agree with you. I'm gonna go with Yota Tsuji. Just a coming out party. I feel like maybe you could say Dominion was the arrival, and then this was like a coming out party for him, where he really proved why he's going to be a main event for New Japan for like years to come, for the next decade probably. And then LVP for me is going to be Uncle Nobu. Nobu for crossing over to the dark side. What about you?
Man. Wow. Uncle Nobu, man. I can't say, you know what? For the sake of Sonal, I'm gonna go with Uncle Nobu as well. He broke all of our hearts. He did something.
Think about Sonal.
Exactly. Think about Sonal, Uncle Nobu. At the end of the day, it's just why? I even here while I was watching it, I was seeing it on my TV. I said, why, Nobu? Why would you do such a thing? Why? So, I just I don't know what to think. I don't know what to say, man. I don't know what to say.
Sad day seeing what Uncle Nobu did to us. John Jay makes a good point. If Will goes to AEW permanently next year, he instantly becomes a huge babyface the minute he turns on the Don Callis family. That is true. That is true. It's basically what I've been saying about the Rhea and Dom relationship, that Rhea is going to become the big babyface female when she turns on Dom.
So, I'm going to leave that alone right now. I'm going to leave that alone right now because there's so much going on there. And the dynamics they just bear for so many things to happen. I'm going to leave that alone right now.
Well, what? Dom is simping. What's wrong with that?
Is he? Is Dom simping?
He's sipping on that. He's sipping on that Rhea pack. We got John Jake giving the show a thumbs up. We got Safet saying Ali should try New Japan Pro Wrestling. I 100% said like he's the number one name out of the recent releases that I'm like, I don't want to see him signed to a company. I want to see him kind of bounce around, and one of the places I want to see him bounce around to is New Japan to be in the best of Super Juniors.
Same here. I think that he is a tremendous in-ring competitor, and what he's going to be able to do in a tournament like the Best of Super Juniors is just put himself on the map. So definitely agree with that, Safet. To touch on that real quick, obviously you feel bad for anybody losing their jobs and getting released and stuff like that or whatever. Matt Riddle, brother. That Matt Riddle thing is not to say I didn't see it coming. You know what I'm saying? Not to say I didn't see it coming. What got put out there in the media about him burning a lot of bridges at WWE, that's just no joke, man. You can't be burning bridges over there. He's a tremendous freaking in-ring dude. His gimmick works. It's not like it doesn't work. It's just that he gets in his own way, to be honest. And I'm not sure he'll end up at Impact or AEW because of that, to be honest. So, mind you, he was doing great on the indies before he got to the WWE. But it's
mind you, Tony Khan has gone on of his way to say that back in 2018, when he was thinking of creating AEW, one of the names on the independent scene he wanted to be a part of that was Matt Riddle.
I know, but with the way he's acted in the last 4 or 5 years with the WWE, I think it's best for Tony Khan to steer clear for right now, at least, right?
You just got over the CM Punk thing. Don't give yourself another backstage headache.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I think Ali is like the number one person I would want to see over in New Japan. We also got here saying John Jay saying he also had a bad relationship with Dana Wright, which probably didn't go in his favor. I agree with what Alex McCarthy said on True Hill Heat this past weekend. I don't think we've seen the last Matt Riddle WWE.
Yeah, me neither. They're gonna give this some time to blow over. I think he'll be back within a given time frame, especially if Randy's coming back. So I know Randy's gonna go to bat for him. He really loved working with Matt Riddle. So we'll see how long it takes for all that to be water under the bridge. But for right now, he's persona non grata. So it is what it is in that regard.
Unfortunately for him, but that's going to bring us to a close on the Destruction in Kobe review. J News, thank you for joining me, coming back to the True Hill Heat YouTube channel. Let the people know where they can follow you on social media and when they will see you next time, sir.
You can always follow me on the Instagram, _JONJY. You can catch me next time right here on the True Hill Heat YouTube channel for the Destruction in Ryogoku review and or preview. You'll probably do both. So we'll do that. I'll be on the Workhorse Wrestling Network tomorrow night. We are doing Name That Superstar tomorrow night at 10:30. So that'll be a fun time. So you can always catch me there. And I'm doing a little revamp on my movie podcast. I should be back up and running in October. So doing some work with a graphic designer and probably having a freaking audio engineer work on my audio shit with me as well. Yeah, I'm going all out, folks. I'm investing in myself, and I will never leave the True Hill Heat family. Don't worry about that. So I'm just trying to do things differently and make money my own way and not have to make somebody else rich instead of not making myself rich. So believe in that, man. Taking a lot of inspiration and motivation from prime time Deion Sanders, if you know what I'm saying. So,
this guy over here. You can follow me on the Twitter machine at True Hill SP3. You can follow the gang, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at True Hill Heat. Go over and subscribe to the True Hill Heat Sports YouTube channel where we got our football content over there. We'll have some baseball content as well as some basketball content. And check out twitch.tv/True Hill Heat Gaming. We'll have some content over there this week, I believe Blunt Impact will be returning on Thursday. Plus, we'll have some previews where we will be streaming over there. This hiccups is killing me. Patreon.com/True Hill Heat. There's $3 a month. Prediction Championship final week is this week. So go over and check it out, and you could join us for season 6 and check out all the great content we got on this channel right now, like True Hill Heat 244 from this past weekend with the True Jaw Josh, Alex McCarthy, and Sat Eating Yangi joining me to talk about this week in wrestling. Check out Collision Discourse from yesterday with myself and just JJ reviewing AEW Collision. And I need to end the stream right here before I hiccup all of your ears off. For J News, for Sonal, it is me, your True Hill Phenom SP3. This has been our NJPW Destruction in Kobe 2023 review. We are signing off until next time.